Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me for my last video of 2019. We will be back on January the 1st with some of our videos, vlogs of our home renovations, home decorating, home makeover-y type things, whatever you want to call it. But today's video, of course, as you will have seen from the title, is all about my 10 best purchases of this year. And yeah, without further ado, let's get stuck into my first best purchase of 2019, which is my Saint Laurent peacoat. Now this I bought at the tail end of summer, I think. I might have bought this in August or September. This is by far one of my favourite outerwear buys of the year. And I have a lot of outerwear, as you would have seen in my coat collection video. I absolutely love this. It was almost brand new. I think it said in the listing it had been worn like once or twice. When it arrived, it was absolutely immaculate. So classic. It's not a trend orientated item, so it's definitely like a forever wardrobe staple. And yeah, this for me was like the affirming moment of, wow, secondhand shopping is actually pretty awesome, because this coat new costs about £1,500 and I got it for just under 400, practically new. So yeah, winning. Purchase number 2 is actually more of a recent purchase, and this is my new Celine Trio bag, which I'm just gonna pop on because why not? And this bag is a style which I'd been after for a good few years. Me and Debs went to Paris with La Redoute a few years ago, and I was actually looking at them in Galerie Lafayette, and I bailed on the purchase in the end, but this was the colour that I was looking for. So this is a large trio. For anyone unfamiliar with the trio, it's a very, very basic and simple bag. It's got a adjustable strap. I'm not actually going to go into too much detail because I did say that I was going to review this one, but the reason it's called a trio is because it has 3 separate pouches, all of which are exactly the same. And again, like the Saint Laurent peacoat, it's just an incredibly classic bag. It's not in any way trend orientated. I think this is a really classic colour. And since I got this, which was a few weeks ago, I have worn it so much already. So I just know after those first initial weeks that this is going to be one of my most worn bags. Now, purchase number 3, we're going back to basics, and it is the Arket £12 basic t-shirt, which I have in white. I also have in navy. I also have in black, which I've actually got on underneath this jumper as an extra layer. In fact, I have this in pretty much every colour that it comes in. And it's just the best basic t-shirt. So for anyone that ever asks me that question, what is the best basic t-shirt? It's this. And it's £12. This keeps its shape in the wash. I haven't found that the darker colours, so the navy and the black that I've got on underneath, I don't find that they fade. They're a nice fit. Just as a note for fit, I always upsize to a size medium because I like that slightly more boyfriend fit. But yeah, literally the best basic, and so glad that I finally discovered that this year. Right, for purchase number 4, I'm going back to outerwear. And I couldn't make this video without talking about my H&M taupe coat, which you guys would have seen all over my Instagram. I think this coat just goes to show that even if you don't have the budget to splurge on like super premium brands, really expensive brands, that actually the high street can make a quality item that will, I mean, I was going to say that will last you years. Obviously, I haven't actually put that to the test yet because this is only a few months old, but this was from the premium collection in H&M, and I do have a few of their other premium collection coats, which I have had for years, and they still look brand new. And in number 5 is my Gucci Lady Web bag in suede. She has the webbing strap here, which is adjustable. You can make it longer, but I've obviously recently been wearing it as a bit of a shoulder bag like that. And then inside, it actually has a different strap as well, so a more plain strap, which is tan suede, which matches the bag. A follower of mine recently sent me a picture which I lost my shizzle over. she had this bag in suede and the brown leather one both sat next to each other, and she'd bought both of them secondhand, but she was only keeping one. She was actually keeping the brown leather one. But it's just so nice to see that you guys are sharing and shopping secondhand more, and yeah, sharing to that hashtag, which I absolutely love, because it gets more people involved in shopping secondhand basically, which is kind of my aim of this year, and I want to go more into that next year. But yes, one of my best purchases of this year, bought secondhand in excellent condition, my beloved Gucci Ladyweb. Right, now these are my one and only footwear option in these 10 items, and it would have been foolish to not include these trainers in this video. Again, if you follow me on Instagram throughout the summer, these pretty much were glued to my feet. I actually bought these and another pair of the exact same shoe but with a dark red V from Arket, I think I bought them from. Yes, I did. I bought them from Arket, and I bought them for when me and Simon went on our trip to Japan, which was back in April? Was it April? Yes, April. No, yes, it was April. Anyway, these ended up being for 9 straight days the only pair of trainers, or the only pair of shoes, if you like, that I wore for that entire trip. And then when we got back, I just wore them, just because they're so incredibly comfortable, lightweight, breathable because they're canvas. I just love them. Veja Waters, definitely my best shoe purchase of the year. Now 2019, admittedly, I have experimented and tried out lots of new denims that I wasn't perhaps familiar with before in other years. And by far the best denim that I have come across this year is the Arket regular jean, which I actually have in all 3 colours. These are by far the best jeans that I have ever owned. They are a straight leg fit. However, there is another regular jean which is on Arket, which is the regular cropped. I had those as well. I wore those throughout the summer months because they are cropped. But these are the only pair of straight leg jeans, with the exception of some of the weekday styles, which actually are long enough for me and they come down to where they're supposed to come down. They're really flattering fit, the denim is nice, they wash well, I haven't found that they bag out at the knees. They're just great jeans. Right, my next item is actually the jumper that I have on, and it's from the H&M Premium collection. And I know I've probably bored you all to death this year by talking about the H&M Premium collection, but it's pretty much the only collection that I actually shop with in H&M now. Now, a lot of the items, because they are more premium, they are a lot more expensive than, you know, your typical H&M $14.99 jumper. This was $99.99, but it's 70% wool, 30% cashmere, and it is beautiful. And I just love it. I think the quality is incredible. I've had to debobbleize it a few times, probably about 5 times. But to be honest with you, anything that's kind of got cashmere in it is always going to bobble. That is just the nature of cashmere. But that's why I always say to you guys, it's always worth investing in a little electric debobbleizer or a cashmere comb or something, so that you can keep sort of your knitwear maintenance in check and keep your knitwear looking great. And it's just such a good staple. I mean, a classic black high neck jumper. You can't beat that for classic, can you? Purchase number 9 has to be my Céline Classic bag, or as we all know her, Phoebe. And this, I would say, is one of the most iconic bags from Celine. And I actually think it's quite an iconic bag in its own right as well. Now, I did film a full unboxing of this bag, and as the title of that video suggested, or it's the truth, I waited 9 years for this bag just because it was so expensive. As with the majority of items, in fact, as with everything on my rail, bar maybe the Gucci Ladyweb, because that's just a bit of me. But it's just so classic. It's so versatile. Obviously, it's a neutral colour, so it's really easy to wear with pretty much any other colour. I mean, my wardrobe is very muted and pared back anyway, so it kind of fits in perfectly. But it's just such a beautiful bag. Granted, it's not a bag that I whip out all the time. I tend to use Judith for that, and Judith is now over 2 years old. But yeah, it's just such a beautiful bag, and definitely a bag that I think that I will forever have in my collection, because as the name would suggest, It's very classic. Now, my final best purchase of the year, and once more, it is a second-hand but grand purchase. And I just feel like it would have been ridiculous not to include this in this video, and it is my Max Mara coat. So this was bought off eBay for £399, so £400. And I absolutely love it. And lots of you guys have been sending me, after I showed you all this one, sending me pictures and videos of you guys purchasing similar coats to this one, or in some cases identical coats to this one secondhand, finding them in charity shops, on eBay, Vestiaire, etc, etc. And that just makes me so happy to see that you guys are finding these secondhand bargains, and that you're kind of getting as much of a thrill out of secondhand shopping as I have been this year. Because as I mentioned earlier on in the video, this year has been a real sort of turning point for me, and buying secondhand wasn't always something that I was particularly interested or maybe keen on the idea of, just because I thought, oh, secondhand, it might smell, it might be like musty, there might be, you know, stain. I was just a bit grossed out. I'm trying to kind of be polite about it, but essentially I was just a bit grossed out. And after I started making my first couple of purchases and I started really researching the items that I was trying to look for, I just came to really enjoy secondhand shopping, and I'm kind of seeing the benefits of how much better it is in terms of your wardrobe, because you can actually buy better quality. I absolutely love it. And again, it's another classic. I know it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea because it's quite oversized and it's a bit sort of 80s, 90s in style, but I just think it's beautiful. Right guys, that is it from me, and it from me for 2019. I will of course catch you all on January the 1st, 2020, starting a new decade and a new century? Is it a new century? 2020. No, that's not a new century. No, it's a new decade. Did I even go to school? Right guys, that is it from me, and it from me for this entire year of 2019. I just want to say thank you so much for watching any videos that you may have watched this year. Thank you so much for your support when I ran the marathon. That was like an epic thing for me, and your support and any donations that you made to Dogs Trust is just, oh, you hit me real deep. And I would just like to wish you all the very best, like the ultimate best of Christmases. I hope you all have just the most amazing time, filled with loads of food and family and fun and games and all the good stuff, and an amazing new year as well. And I will catch you all on January the 1st, 2020, a new decade. See you then. Bye.